I think we're live now. I don't know what you're seeing or when you're seeing it, but we are live finally now, I think. So, yeah, good. Namaste and welcome. It's always an adventure. And I used to get not really, but I used to be like, I want to get connected on time. And then I would show up early and I would do these different things. And it just seems like whatever's meant to be is meant to be. So I did a podcast the other day, which was kind of fun. And let me know when you guys can hear me on the chat there, because I know there's a little bit of a delay. And Akasha here, Nan Akasha, hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me if you haven't been here. I was interviewed on a podcast the other day, and we got on and we were chatting, and they said, well, what is this going to be called? And I said, is there anything in particular that you know that you want me to share? And we were talking about the dolphins, healing with the dolphins, and the dolphin retreat coming up and things like that. But I said, well, I just usually show up and see what happens. And so the lady who ran the podcast said, perfect, I love that title. And they actually called the podcast Show Up and Let's See What Happens. And so I kind of think this is a great motto for life, is show up and see what happens. That's another way of putting be in the present moment, disconnect from everybody else's opinions and dramas and stories, and they're all going on all the time around you, and you could peek into anyone or jump into any one of them or play in one for a while or watch another drama or person or thing from afar. You might be like, oh, look, there's a there's a business that I'm interested in. I wonder if I do this, if it will work for me. And it sounds interesting. So that's what I would call another storyline. It's another stream of codes, another stream of information. You remember the Matrix, these streams of codes everywhere. Was kind of an interesting way to begin to get us to see that this is not nothing. Everything is energy. Everything is vibrating. Vibration can be expressed numerically. It can be expressed vibrationally through sound, right? And then sand or water will turn into shapes from that sound. That's the information it carries. The information it carries is called medicine to many, many cultures. And for some reason, that word's been coming through me a lot lately. So we're going to be starting to really understand. I've studied, oh my goodness, self, maybe? What do you call it? I've studied consciousness. I've studied scientifically. I've studied medicine in many different ways. I started out as a physical therapist and in the program at college, and actually dissected a human during my first semester at college. I really don't want to do that now, but I started in that. I had already gone into physiology and biology, and it was one of those things that naturally came to me, and it feels like that's part of my soul's blueprint, that for some reason at that time I felt an affinity for this information. It was extremely easy to me to learn. I took college classes in high school, AP biology, AP physiology. They gave me college credit for those, so when I entered, I was already partway into the physical therapy program or the medicine program, and so I was able to take this class first, and I enjoyed the hell out of it, so I'm glad I did it at the time. And it was fascinating and very, very interesting to be able to look at a human. I, at the time, had no spiritual or religious upbringing, so I didn't see the two together. However, that part of my soul, that was medicine for my soul. It fed me at the time. It fed me information into my mind. It triggered things in me. I don't know why. Why do some people have an affinity to something? Why do some people not? Who knows? Well, your soul knows, because you're coded for this stuff. Your body, believe it or not, if it isn't perfect the way you wish it was, is actually perfect for your missions. It's perfect for the purpose of your soul. And your soul is the whole big soul with lives that we consider past and potential future lives and all these other potential dimensions and information in our Akasha and other levels of our light being. So our light body holds these codes, and our DNA holds codes, but the DNA is holding codes of wounds. Okay, so be very, very careful thinking you're locked into your DNA, because you do not have to get something that your family has, like the breast cancer thing. Like, oh, if my mother had breast cancer, then I'm going to get breast cancer. No, you're not. I would make it my life's purpose, if I were you, to unhook that belief and take that story and say, that's a story out here. That's a stream of information out here, but it is not in my reality. So we're in the new moon in a few days. And so we're doing the spiritual weather report right now. Welcome, everybody. And the medicine in the moon medicine is very powerful, because we track the moon. The moon moves faster than any other celestial, any other planet, and it has the most impact other than the sun. They're different. They both need to be here on the planet of which we are a part. We are a biosphere. Gaia is the celestials. It's the elements. It's what lives inside of the elements, what lives in the water, what lives in the dirt, what lives in the air. It is all of these things. We are part of this biosphere. So we are one in that sense, and anything that affects Gaia. So the moon affects us. We're mostly water, like Gaia, like the planet is. So these different energies we explained it physically in the past, Newtonian physics. We're way past that now, even though they still teach some of that. And we're beginning to understand multiple dimensions, multiple perspectives, things that can have effect on each other without touching them. This is what's important for you, is to realize the medicine in the new moon is a blank slate medicine. To me, it's like digging a garden and cleaning the dirt and bringing in fresh, rich dirt with all the exact elements that will support whatever you want to grow. And if you're a gardener, you understand different kinds of soil, different kinds of minerals, different kinds of foods, different kinds of amounts of sun, different amounts of weather, light, all kinds of things. I am like in a massive gardening experience, because I live on the beach on this side, and this side gets a lot of sun and no wind, and this side gets wind and no sun because of my coconut trees, which are currently being harvested right now. We basically have a coconut farm here. I'll send you guys a picture in my email of the massive amount of coconuts that they're cutting down right now. And I love the coconut energies. I mean, I love eating them, but the energies, these guardian trees. So the medicine in the coconuts, we know, I eat coconut oil every day, many, many times a day. It's part of a health rejuvenation program that's exceptionally powerful. And of course, other aspects of coconut with yum yum. However, coconut trees are a power, an essence, and they have a medicine. Chamomile is a flower that we make into a tea because it's calming, or we use it in homeopathy for other aspects as well as calming that it brings. Ginger, we take the root, and the medicine in the ginger root lets its essence go into the water, and you drink the ginger tea and it heals your stomach, okay? And boost your immune system and all kinds of other stuff. So when we think of medicine, we can definitely connect medicine with, having an upset stomach and drinking tea. That's like take a pill or drink Pepto-Bismol or drink ginger tea. Okay, that's medicine in our heads. Okay, we're talking, expanded way beyond that concept of medicine. However, the core idea of medicine is that it's an energy that if you take it, if you vibrate with it, if you encounter it, if you merge with it, you live with it like I live with my coconut trees. What if you were allergic to coconut trees? Thankfully, I'm not. Would you live on a property with 18 or more coconut trees actively producing coconuts nonstop? No, this would not be good medicine for you. You would choose something else, right? I don't want the medicine of cold. Excuse me. I've lived there. I was born in Chicago. I went to college in Minnesota. Much of my family, including right now, are in Minnesota. I went skiing in Switzerland every Christmas for many, many years of my life. I'm not against beautiful places with snow, but I don't want to live there. Doesn't mean I hate them or that they're bad. It means that it has a particular effect on me, on my thoughts, on my mood, on my energy, on my desires, on my inspirations. And this new moon is about inspiration. So I want you to start to get inspired, but you're going to be in this weird, dreamy, spiritual, intuitive space. All right? Because Neptune is really active right now. And I highly recommend you go as an intuitive, as an awakening intuitive, as an awakening spiritual being. If you're here with me, you're seeking answers to who am I? How do I find out who I am? How do I speak to myself? How do I discover my heart's desires? How do I unplug from the fear and the pain and all the beliefs that are holding me back? How do I separate from the reality that I've been living in and empower myself? And the next step is, how do I do that without blaming anybody and just step into my own space? And how do I give myself permission to be free? And how do I actually do any of those things? How do I stick to a spiritual routine or a meditation program or time to myself every day when it's been my habit to leave myself behind, leave myself out, leave myself with no time at all, and everybody else comes first? That's a slave mentality. We're breaking out of the slave. In Gemini, they're twins. These twins, however, are not two different people. These are two aspects of yourself. So as we're in Gemini, new moon, as we are going to be planting seeds in this fertile ground that has been surrounded. So your soul is using all of these different aspects of you, your higher self, I am presence. They're different parts of you that have different access, like security access, okay? So you, in your conscious mind, you don't have access to the highest levels of your soul's plan because from this perspective, you wouldn't understand them. So a descended god or goddess, which is what we are, is a person, a being who comes from the infinite into a soul. The soul is a group of energies that wants to experience something, create things, experience things. Everything you do and feel is fed back to the divine in every moment. You are the channel for medicine to your soul. What if you realized that being you is your job? That there couldn't be anything more important in this moment than you deciding to be you, accept who you are, discover who you are. Then you ascend. Then you are in the flow. Not in the flow. You are one of the flow, but the flow is not full of toxic medicines like you're not good enough and you can't have and you're going to fail and someone will take it from you if you're successful and they won't like it and they have control and so on, right? So when you start to do this work, you start to realize the plethora of things that are living inside of you that are constantly telling you, no, you can't, and dragging you down to low states that make you heavy. But your goal here is to free yourself because you're the only person. It is literally like a movie where you've been sent here because you're the weird chosen one, like, you know, the chosen one. Like if you ever saw The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy, it's an adorable movie. And it's this like spiritual, you know, comedy. He's kind of like a, you know, like a good guy, but kind of a street guy, right? And he tries to help people, but he's sort of streetwise and he doesn't consider himself spiritual at all. And then someone steals the like Buddha to be, or the Dalai Lama to be that kind of a child. And he's the chosen one. They'd say, oh, you have to go get him to help. And everybody's like, what? He's like inappropriate. What if you were that? You are. You're the hero of your journey. Now, the dolphins have been telling us that. Perseus gave us an incredible message the other day. Thank you, sweetheart. I forgot you. Oh, you're downstairs. Okay. So I didn't even think of you, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you. So Perseus is a beautiful dolphin I've begun to channel, who's begun to channel through me that I feel very honored to be connected to. She's a baby dolphin that is actually in a body right now. She's probably about 7 months old. She's still not accessible to us. The center she's in is still being renovated. However, when I go over there in a few weeks, I'm going to see if I can take a day to go say hi. But thank you. She told us, and I still don't really understand what it means, that she's a moon dolphin. So thank you, sweetheart. She's here with us now today for the new moon. So we're talking about you being a channel of medicine. When you feed back your experience of the day, I'm pissed, I'm frustrated, I'm sad, I'm heartbroken, I'm thrilled, I'm excited, I'm inspired, I'm tired, doesn't matter what it is. There's no judgment from a soul level. The judgment comes from you, comes from what you've been taught, what you've been told. And the moons really pull that out of you. They're your emotion. Okay, they're also filled with a lot of energy of the silver goddess ray, the sacred feminine ray. It's not all feminine. And I like to tune into Ishel, the moon goddess of the Maya, who is depicted as a maiden with a lotus flower and a snake on her head, just like the Egyptians, an awakened being. She's an awakened woman. She's then depicted as a wise woman, and she's always pouring the moonlight down on you. So we're in a new moon. That's about darkness. That's about things being hidden. That's about things not being certain. And you probably have been feeling that things aren't moving forward, or you're not certain, or you get clear, but then you don't follow through, or things just seem a little cluttered or muddled, or you have clarity, but you keep wondering why the final pieces don't come together. And then maybe you're getting drawn down into frustration or disappointment or some other judgment state. So you want to stay out of the judgment states. And Perseus is saying you can raise your vibration when you tune into the dolphins. The dolphins will bring our vibrational masters. Yeah, they are. And they raise your frequency even when you're not with them. They can cast a net to you. And so if you come, okay, thank you. So if you come, we're going to have a dolphin healing. Okay, thank you. So this is news to me. So I'm just going to let this happen. Feeling Perseus coming into me in a new way. It's very different. If you channel, you know that, yes, thank you. She's coming into my heart. We want all of you to have a healing. We want all of you to have a healing. We want all of you to feel like you are with us. We want all of you to touch us. We want you to understand that we are one and we're a family, and we're casting a net out to you. So we are going to form a healing, and this healing is going to happen. It's going to happen on a very special day. And when that day comes, you are invited to join it, and we will be able to create a connection through her and her heart and her throat and her jaw and up into her bones of her skull, because these have been recalibrated by the jaguar, and the jaguar skull that came to recalibrate left a door open for us to enter. And we've been working with her for a while to create a different space, a different vibrational tone to her body and her bones and her frequency, so that we could come in deeper, that we could come and speak more through her, but also send our energies through her at a higher level. We can't do that when we are encountering a species or a being or a body that is heavy, that is blocked, that is full of grief. And the grief lives in the body, the lower body. They're showing the Dan Chen, and it sits and it holds you down. It weighs you down, and you feel and you don't feel that connection to your inspiration. And the inspiration must come, and it must come now, and it must come through the fog, through this. So please do see that the dolphins are across the planet, that they've been here for a long time. We carry a beacon on our heads or on our foreheads, the way that you would see it. And if you could see light, you would see that it looks like a flashlight. It looks like a beacon. Those towers by the ocean, lighthouse, those, and it's coming, but it glows, and then as it radiates, it finds other energies to carry it further. So when you understand that frequency speaks to frequency, speaks to frequency, speaks to frequency, and then expands, and then they run into other frequencies, and they can create interference, they create new frequencies, and those patterns go out, just like you see when you drop things in the water. And then the frequency begins to become a part of everything. The frequency in the waters that we tend to, especially during the specific moon portals, is so important because we download the energy directly into the waters. They saturate into the earth. The earth begins to absorb it and send it through to everything living in the earth. That comes up through your body. Your cells begin to absorb. And this is how we are already helping you, keep you lifted up through your transformation, because this is not an easy time. The heart is more than you know. Healing the heart is not just saying, I love myself. Healing the heart is sitting in the heart and the wounds and the broken pieces. And the moon right now holds this for you. I invite you to come. Neptune is guiding. This beautiful guide, showing you the path through the murky emotions and the seas, through all that you can't see through. It seems blurry, yet you always know to look for Neptune. You always can see the trident of light. It vibrates for you. The moon has shown, and when you go into the full moon, you are like us. You receive the charging of the eye, the head, the crown, this light that you have too within you. And this, like the moon, is reflecting the sun, and it sends it to you, and you absorb it in. It goes in. It is like nourishment, vitamins. It is like vitamins. And it feeds the central channel. The moonlight then moves through your central channel. And as it goes down, it feeds each chakra. And when it reaches the feet, it pools and reflects that light back up so that you can see. You are illuminated. Now we walk in the dark, but you hold the light within. The illumination, the moonlight that you have absorbed for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of moons. The light reflects. You feel easily dropping deeper and deeper into this spiritual liquid light. Neptune takes you deeper. Perseus is on your left, Shadia is on your right. There are dolphin energies, etheric, ghost-like, or angelic, all around us like wings. Neptune goes deeper. We see two of us, deep, deep within these oceans, past the barriers of fear, through the forests and the darkness of all that separates. Your truth is here. You can plant seeds in this moon from the truth. Let's look. You feel your forehead is glowing. The light is radiating. Something is coming from you. You can tell it's speaking a language. Let it flow. Your higher selves know exactly what to send. You watch the thick waters of spiritual clouds, fog, fear begin to clear. Around you, you see simply a soft glow. The dolphins around you are radiating from their foreheads too. These soft glowing beams all point down at the same thing. Here you see, as if floating above, two aspects of you. The Gemini energy says, here are two aspects of you, sitting across from each other, like two children sitting on the floor. There are things around them. Perhaps they were toys, but as you look closer, you notice they are broken pieces. One has broken pieces around it. Look and see, what are they? Sense into it. What message does it have for you? What was broken that can now be food for your new growth? The dolphins send beautiful energies that seem to soothe, calm, and release all the grief, sadness, and bathe away the regret. They scoop up the shame, misery, blame, and guilt. Neptune sends a light from his trident. 3 balls of light come to you now. They free you and transform these broken pieces into seeds, seeds of power, wisdom, experience. You gather them up with your hands and you look across the circle. You see the other you there. The other you is sitting in completely different light. You notice the dolphins. They're wrapping that other you, wrapping you in blankets of love and gauze of acceptance and rainbows of harmony. Completely wrapped up. They cast a net around you of gold light. Now you rise up and watch again from above. You watch the part of you that has turned the broken past and pain into seeds of power, wisdom, and experience. Like a toddler almost just learning to walk, stumbling through the gap, coming closer and closer, now connecting with this long lost aspect of you. Pouring these seeds into the rainbow cocoon and then entering it, you merge as one. The dolphins spin around and around and around. The cocoon is lifted up and out. Neptune opens a tunnel through all time and space. And this seed of your harmony, divine freedom, and rebirth now rise up, passing through layer after layer of karma. Release this and release this, and I release this. This is gone. This is complete. I am done. I am done. I am done. I am me. I am new. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am no longer. Now allow yourself to be completely enveloped in light and love and infused. The dolphin realms, these divine energies of dreaming, spiritual riches, vision, inspiration, manifestation, they're all around you. Saturn creates a structure holding you here for the next 7 days, allowing you to complete your karma and emerge from this new moon, newly harmonized with the next level of your soul's plan. We are complete. You are in a transformational state. This new moon holds inspiring, exciting dreams and wishes that you can access now without fear or pain. As you find them, agree now as I recover my dreams and my wishes, as my spirit reveals its deepest secrets of delicious, beautiful, prosperous, sweet, loving paradise, my soul's medicine. I'm ready and willing to step through whatever is necessary to walk into my soul's paradise. I accept this guidance. I accept the love and nurturing of the seed that has been divinely wrapped and guarded. I will do my part to nurture it, to welcome it, to love it, accept it, and let it grow within me. I am the potential, the power, and the path of my divine mission. I give great thanks to Perseus, the moon dolphins, to Shadia, the angelic dolphins, and all those guides, all the parts of me, all that I have released with gratitude, love, and respect. All that I am receiving and downloading and integrating, I receive with gratitude, ease, deeply respecting it, understanding that its value goes beyond words, that my value is priceless. I see those aspects of me that can empower me, that we can connect. And all through this Gemini new moon, I allow those aspects to rise, to release, to reconnect, and to renew. Now, Perseus asks that you breathe into your heart, breathe into your heart, breathe into your heart. As you breathe into your heart, she brings a perfect essence of divine dolphin healing. This is yours. As you let the breath go, they release it, floating in the center of your heart. Receive it with grace and graciousness and love. And it's now growing within us, already sending roots out, excuse me, through our bodies. I see it going into the cells and into the meridians and down the arms, and it's flourishing very quickly. Now I want you to draw in the gratitude, the most high frequency gratitude that you could imagine. And I want you to bring it in through this enormous glowing crown, this area you have activated with the dolphins. Take the breath in. I call on and draw in power, gratitude of the divine frequency that is optimal for me, my highest good, my path, my power, that will nurture this plan and these seeds, and draw it all the way down into your root. Let it go. I am one with my divine light. I ask to be reunited with my soul's signature frequency. I give thanks now to all the parts of me. I give thanks to everyone here who was instrumental in guiding me, the medicine of my soul, the messengers that have called to me, whether it was an email or a show, whether it was a billboard or a bird, whether it was a thought or a dream. I acknowledge my messengers. I accept the messages that come to me in every moment, and I know the medicine for everything I could possibly require to stay on my mission, love, respect, and to be myself is already here. I accept, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am one in la ketch alakin. I am another me. And now say to that other aspect of you in this divine Gemini energy, I am another you. Now say this, I am another me, and I am another you to your higher self. And I am another me, and I am another you to your I am presence. And I am another me, and I am another you to your body, to your inner child, to everything you've been or done. I am another me, and I am another you to your whole soul and every life you've lived. And now to the divine, to source, to all that is. I am another me, and I am another you. I am infinite, and so it is. I accept. Say namaste to yourself. Bring love in from the infinite. Pour it into your heart. Take your time to come back, swim into your body. Feel the shoulders and move the arms. Experience all that we have been gifted with by letting it saturate your senses. Acknowledge it by anything you see or sense. I felt this, I saw that, I thought of this, I remembered this, I had heat, I felt sick, the dolphins came, I saw pink. Whatever it is, it's communication. It's your communication. It's only for you. There are lines of communication and doors across the universe and special wormholes and magic that can appear and be released only when you go somewhere, only when you do something, only when you awaken to a certain level. You have key codes within you that no one else has. If you do not become who you are, you will not be able to turn the keys in the locks that are a part of the path for all humanity, for all life, for Gaia, for the biosphere, and for this evolutionary moment. Please be you. Perseus and the Dolphin realms, thank you. Akasha, the jaguar, all of the divine guides, this moment, the moon, Ishel, Wayaninin, Mother, we are here. We ask to be welcomed as we exit this sacred space and walk into our lives carrying this energy. We are connected and we are walking our paths like a star into the world. You carry this divine energy now. You carry this divine energy into your world. This divine energy has been seeded to you. What will you do with it? She's a sassy girl, that one. Whoa. Thank you. The dolphins have been coming through very strong and having a lot of very urgent and aggressive energy towards many of my clients, and it at first was shocking to me and a little difficult for me to pass certain messages on, and I'm pretty much of a clear channel. I don't worry about it. However, I have some people who want to come to the retreats and are working on other things in their lives, and the dolphins are starting to send me messages outside of sessions, and we're talking about if you want to come to anything that I do, oh yes, I need to share something with you. Don't go away. Yeah, I have a little more information. Plus, we're starting a new series, so don't go away. I need to show it to you. Hi guys. Hi Brittany. See, wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Must turn the keys. I will turn the keys in this life form. Yes, I will be me. Woot! I know. Wasn't that wonderful? So I like the sass, the wake up strictness. I do need. I know you like that. I like that too. My throat, excuse me, keeps just drawing stuff up to throw out. When I'm channeling, I have all different levels. I always go into channeling almost immediately because beforehand I do my activations and I set space and I connect and I call in the light and so on. And so there's energies already coming and we're working together and I'm connecting to what's optimal for the moment and everything. But sometimes in the goddess sanctuary, in some of the classes, a being will take over, will come into me. And that's not typical for me, but it has become more common. And the dolphins are drawing me into wanting me to do a whole channel thing where I do it all the time. And I think it's become that part because I've noticed my voice changes. I've noticed that I'm taking more and more of a backseat or not knowing what happens, but that's not unusual. Sometimes I hear it, sometimes I know what's coming through, sometimes I'm listening and they ask me, what does a word mean? Like Perseus was trying to tell you something and didn't know what it was. Oh, a lighthouse. He had the picture, the light thing. It's called the lighthouse. Okay. So sometimes I'm there. It's very interesting. I'm very curious about it. And the Intuition Summer Camp is coming up on July 15th. And we have everything ready to sign up for that. And it's been coming through for a while. And hopefully you'll join me. However, there's this whole thing coming up now about medicine. And I noticed that came through in the beginning. We talked a little bit about it. So you have medicine in every form, and every energy has two sides. So just like a thermostat, right? You can go down to 0, you can go up to 100. You have a palpable understanding of what that means. You can get really, really cold, you get really, really hot, you can find a place in between at 75 or whatever is your ideal, right? And this is the exact way every frequency works. And so when you come to something like Excuse me, I have to get a sip here. Ah, wow, yay, symphony. Brittany says she's coming in December or March. I don't know if we're doing it in March. We're going to be in any moment. Let me share some about this new series that's starting on Sunday, so you know about that. And it's free. And then, oh, I have to re-listen to this. I'm just remembering now, Perseus came through and was like, we're going to do a healing. So my understanding now, as it's coming back to me vaguely, is that they want me to do a healing with the dolphins so that everybody who can't come in person can have a stronger connection. And I'm going to have to listen to that. I'm just realizing, okay, sorry, I'll have my own moment of re-listening to that so that I can see what I was told. It's so interesting now. I'm living in and out of dimensions all the time. Sometimes I'm not sure if I'm holding this cup in the 3D or not. It's not upsetting because it's what's happening to us, and it's what I help my students like Brittany. And so this is what we've just done, and we've also done the meditation. So we've already done the meditation. Thank you, Perseus. So just to review really quickly, if you need anything else to know about this, we are moving into the solstice next week. So realize that's the longest day of the year, means the most light, means the most gold rays, the most codes, the most information. Those kinds of things can come to you. The new moon is kind of complex, and I think a lot of the energies came through in the meditation without me needing to be there. It's a lot of Neptune energies, dreamy, intuitive energies. It's a lot of magic right now. However, you might feel a little bit like things aren't moving forward. So kind of try to be in it. I'm going through really pleased moments of being so deep in the moment that I forget everything. I have no stress, no worries, which is, I guess, not all the time, deeper, I guess, deeper. And yet at the same time, I'm also feeling frustrated with certain things not moving forward. So that's kind of normal. The solstice is Wednesday. Okay. So plan for that, whether you, can join me live on that day where we'll have the live thing, but plan to do something for yourself, please. Okay. Now, lots of inspiration. So I want you to get busy with inspiration. I don't normally like telling people to do intentions because it gets too caught up in ego. People get too caught up in their goals. That's the way we were all trained, but we're unraveling that training. And it's at that critical point where it can distract you into fears that won't help you free yourself. So setting intentions now, though, I give you the go ahead. And those intentions need to be from the soul. So it says I will channel, and we did. We channeled the energies from the cosmic powers. So now Neptune is dreamy and intuitive, but it's not focused and it's blurry, right? And don't do any big decisions if you feel, oh, I'm going to go do that right now. Give yourself a few days, if not a little longer, past and through the new moon. The new moon is darkness, right? You're walking in the dark. It's nurturing. It's womb-like. That's great. But the other aspect of it, two sides of everything, is you can't really see what you're doing, and you're going to realize, oh, I didn't see that. It wasn't even the right train, and I got on the wrong train going to the wrong town. So we're going to make, we just did the planting the seed. However, don't worry about, this is like a precursor to Sunday when I'm going to come with you with my new thing I'm going to tell you about now. You're going to get a lot of soul inspiration right now. Your creative perspective might open up. I really, for months now, we've been getting a lot of inspiration to look at things in a new way. Look at it upside down. How can I start this business? I don't see how. How could I do it differently? How could I look at it upside down, from behind, from beforehead? How could I connect to a future self that's already started the business? How could I start the business online instead of trying to build a house for it? How could I start by doing it with somebody until I get up and running? All these different ways of looking at something differently, whatever it is in your life, okay? You're going to have more expanded options. A lot of that balance, you're going to be able to see other aspects of yourself. I really enjoyed that we were taken in to see inside of deep emotional waters and gifted with the guidance of Neptune. So Neptune is the god, or Poseidon, I prefer the Greek version, is the god of the sea. And the god of the sea, or the goddess of the sea, and it's an energy of the sea, is a very powerful, and the trident is the symbol even for the planet. And so the trident is a very powerful symbol. It's like a wand, but it's 3 times as powerful at the end. Instead instead of one focused intention, it has three. And he was using that to send us some energies. So we're getting a lot of support moving through these blurry things. You got to double check your choices, relax into your inner guidance, but it is a great place to get into your intuitive guidance and deep spiritual stuff. Neptune is great for all of that. So I love that aspect of it, but I have to be realistic that in my more logical side of my life, Neptune can be a little bit annoying, a little bit disturbing, a little bit holding you back. We also have Saturn going retrograde for the first time since it moved into Pisces, which is a dissolving or intuitive or a boundaryless energy surrounding, or Saturn being the structure, the karmic master, the strictness of a structure, which can be good, right, and can be restrictive. So structure can be good, Saturn can be good, and structure can be restrictive, like a prison that we need to let ourselves out of. So please remember to join me on Sunday, and we're going to do some moon medicine. The new moons are also, because we're not to the new moon exactly yet, but you're feeling it, okay? You can do all this work right now. It's planting seeds, and we went through that. Just do the guided meditation. We don't even need to talk about it, right? All the energies were in there. It's so beautiful how they wove them all in there for us. So remember, it's a great time to notice what your soul is showing you, because the seeds that you planted, but we were surrounded in a cocoon. We transformed broken things in our lives that we've been stuck with and mirroring, and then we were gifted with taking the powers from those broken things in our life, whatever they were for you. You don't need to know, or maybe you do know what it was when you saw it, and maybe when you repeat this every single day through Sunday would be an excellent idea. You may heal and see different aspects, different lives, different fears, different limits of you that have been broken, no longer serve you, or prevent you from moving forward because you feel broken, or you can't see how to move forward, or you don't know how to pick up the pieces and move on. Like, think of all of those things. That was very powerful. And the Gemini is, you see, you're across from yourself, this other aspect, but the two merged. We crossed that divide. It was a very powerful medicine in this experience we just had. And that's what this was. This was a medicine journey. This was a soul journey that these different energies, Perseus and the moon and all the energies we're in, came through me as the conduit, as the clear channel to guide us and to give us these beautiful energies. So remember, you're going to have clarity, but it may be a deep spiritual clarity that then doesn't rise into a logical way for a few days. So don't worry about that moving forward. Do the nurturing aspect. Like I said, inspiration is important. Setting intentions is great, and stay, aware. Is this an ego intention? And if you get attached to it, if you get emotional about it, if you get frustrated with it, then you're attached to something that is not for your highest good anymore. So we already talked about that, blurriness, fogginess, all the things about beautiful Neptune. And this is about spiritual love, loving yourself, trusting your voice within. That will help guide you through this. And with Saturn retrograde coinciding with the new moon, this, again, like we said, is very strong force, a lord of karma. So there's going to be, during this summer, during this retrograde of Saturn, is going to be a karmic review. So just be aware that that will come up. However, that means you're done with it. And that's why they were telling us to sit inside of it, to not avoid it, to not hide it, to not bury it anymore, to go sit with the broken parts of ourselves. And because we're mirroring them and the mirror is not able to move on, so we're balancing the two extremes. All right, so we're starting a new series on Sunday. Please share, share, share. I want to get more people to my channel. I want more wonderful things. And if there's any speakers that you know, anybody who has some kind of an interesting perspective on this topic that maybe might want to come on as a guest, that would be fun. Share it with me. So thank you to Donna for creating this beautiful graphic, which is kind of off center, but that's okay. This is a beautiful photo that I took in Tulum, where we go for the retreats. That's a picture of one of my dolphins. I believe that's, no, it's not Perseus, thank you. I believe that's Estrella, which means star. We have a crystal up here. We have dragonfly. We have the flower of life. We have the waters, the clouds. We have the plants. We are representing here that we are surrounded by that within and around in this biosphere of Gaia. We are just so blessed by constantly having sacred messages and messengers that are bringing the medicine that we need for our soul. So I want us to connect to that. This is what we're going to do for the week. It starts on the new moon Sunday, and we're going to do a really fun new moon medicine experience, okay? So we're going to talk about messages that come from the moon, specifically the new moon, the messenger of the moon, other messengers that come with the moon, and what is the medicine of the moon. We're going to go deeper into that as an example of understanding all of this energy that's around us. We are never alone. We're going to also have on day 2, on Monday, we're going to talk about, well, what does that mean? I'm going to go deeper into explaining medicine so you understand the vibrational depth of what I'm talking about. Energy medicine, soul medicine, spirit medicine, any kind of way that people use the word medicine. Okay, we're using it in a vibrational sense past take a pill. This is not what we're talking about, but this is what could cure you and what could harm you. And what are the energies that you're surrounded with in your relationships, in your life? What thoughts do you have? What beliefs do you have about yourself? What identities are you carrying? What messengers are you noticing in your day-to-day life, and what messengers are you missing? How are you stuck looking at and seeing and recreating the same things that are not positive because you're connected to, you're absorbing, you're consuming things that are bad, toxic, poisonous medicine for you? Right? If you're consuming news, it's poisonous medicine. It's poisoning you to believe that there's negativity in the world, that everything's bad, that everything's falling apart, that it's all there is, that there's the end of the world, because they want to sell more commercials. Okay? This is not truth coming to you. So when you understand that medicine is all around you, but you can eat medicine that will poison you or kill you, and that means your spirit, your thoughts, your ideas, your soul, your inspiration, your connection to your truth, all kinds of ways of dying without physically dying, okay? Because your spirit, your essence, your soul goes on and on and on. This is just one of many bodies, but you're in a life that has the opportunity to understand medicine. I just noticed it looks really weird how it's written. Medicine in the sense that we are a vibrational channel for medicine, and that when we can channel back to source, back to our soul and into source, into the Akasha, what we experience, there's no one else who's experienced it. Then we are the channel for medicine. Are we putting medicine into that frequency we're putting into? Is it filled with grief and regret? Well, if you're in sadness, be in your grief. Allow the experience of the depth of your grief and your sadness and your heartbrokenness to be fed back so that everybody understands that depth and we don't have to go there again. However, don't stay there. Don't identify with it. Don't make it mean something. Don't do that. This is what I want to convey to you. Day 3, we're going to do one of our favorites, animal messengers and animal spirit medicine and the symbols. And the 4th day is the medicine of the solstice. One of my favorite things. I love the equinoxes more than anything. The solstices are the opposite. This is the imbalanced days of the year. This is the longest day of the year, and it's also the midsummer night's dream. So of course we're going to play with fairies. Our messengers and our medicine is going to be fairy medicine. Then we're going to play with the ascended masters and goddess energies as messengers and bringing medicine to us on day 5. And on day 6, we're going to have some intuitive co-creation with the elementals and the magical realms. Now the elementals are, yes, water. That could be water in a well or a cenote, water under the moon. Are you going to put some water out to be blessed by the new moon? I highly recommend it. That's moon medicine water. You could put water out in a blue glass in the sun, and that will put certain medicine into the water, right? So elementals might be earth, air, crystals, though. It goes beyond earth, air, metal, wire, fire, water, and so on. And the magical realms are what we might call fairies, elves, unicorns, Pegasus, dragons, things that exist in other realms that we perceive as magical and yet are very, very, very powerful and are speaking to us more and more now. And I have dragons coming in nonstop as messengers. I've been doing a little research with my students on dragons. I've been asked to speak on a dragon event in November, and next year's a dragon year. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of dragon things coming in. And finally on day 7, we're going to look at the messengers of our spiritual mentors through time. So spiritual mentors, like perhaps I'm a spiritual mentor of yours in this life, and yet you've had them in other lives, and you have other lives that can be spiritual mentors to you, or you can co-create, or you can heal each other, or you can share wisdom, or you can free each other from your wounds. So there's a lot of medicine in going into your past lives. There's a huge healing that happens there, a huge freeing of blocks, and the messengers in your body of getting sick might be leading you to that life that's holding the wound that's making you sick. The messenger could be the past life that goes through and you're not getting it in your depression, so then it comes through and starts making your body sick, and then you finally get it when you're told you have cancer, and then you stop and you start listening to the messages, right? So this is what we want to prevent, and it's going to be a super fun series. So what we're going to do is, and then like this is the retreat we've been talking about, so please talk to me if you want to come. I work one-on-one with anybody who wants to manifest the money, want to manifest the way, look at what's in the way, do some clearings. We may do some group clearings for people who want to come to the retreat. So reach out, let me know so I can stay in touch with you as I receive messages from the dolphins, which seems to be nonstop. And finally, I want to invite you, and we'll share more about this next week, but our Intuition Awakening Summer Camp 2023 is now officially and finally the spirits have allowed me to release this, and it's going to be non-stop spiritual guidance, messages, messengers, and medicine. So this is going to be our topic. Thank you to Donna for making this fun graphic for me. This is my picture of the sunrise, I believe, and we've got different messengers here, infinity symbols and flowers of life and butterflies and hearts and so on. And we're going to be playing with these. The dates are here. It's on the website. It's on special right now through the month, and it's like $200 off, so I highly recommend you go get that. And it's on, there's payment plans, and just reach out to me, let us know whatever you need. And we do this, and what we're doing is the bonus for this year is an entire day. Now, if you don't want to come to the Intuition Awakening Summer Camp, which is all online and recorded for you to use, and it's a super blast, and I highly recommend it, is come to the one day. And if you come to the one day and then decide to come to the class, then we'll, credit you the $33 you paid for the one day. However, you can come to this Meet Your Spirit Guide Council, and it's a 3-hour masterclass for a fast, easy way to accelerate your soul's path. We are going to go in and find your Spirit Guide Council and connect you to different parts of your Spirit Guide Council. And okay. And there's more about that on the website as well. There's a lot of details about that. And then, okay, so we don't have the curriculum. That's the healing event. Okay, so the curriculum for the school is on the shop, and I'll share more next time. It's going to be similar to what we just saw over here. We're going to do a day with animal, we're going to do some work with the animal messenger guys. We're going to work with ascended masters and God. We're going to work with all of these different messengers, and you're going to learn how to tap into them, how to sense their frequencies, how you receive information from them, and what kind of medicine they have for you. And a lot of times people are like, I want to connect with Mother Mary. I want to connect with Mother Mary. I need to connect with Mother Mary. And they don't realize that maybe that's not the right medicine for them. Right? And so they're asking and asking and asking. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with Mother Mary energy, right? But maybe there's a more optimal energy for them right now. Maybe they need a little Kali energy. So if you know Kali, Kali comes in with many arms and many knives. And if you want something over with, you call in Kali. She used to scare the crap out of me until the end of my during my divorce. She came in and helped me finally finish some things within. So there's different energies that have power. You don't want to call on Kali every day of your life, and yet there's times when she's optimal, and there's times when other things are optimal as well. All right, it's 11:11. Sounds like a perfect time to end. Namaste, everybody. I hope to see you on Sunday for our new moon medicine. And I want to say thank you again to Perseus and the dolphins, and to you for being on this path with me. I am so honored. I go through my own transformations every day. I live my day every minute, literally, from my schedule in how do I transform on my spiritual path right now, what's optimal for me to release, to receive, and so on. And what happens is that I'm on that roller coaster ride of life with you, and you're not doing anything wrong. You're on the path. Your soul is talking to you. There's messengers everywhere, the medicine you need for whatever it is. And I want to take a moment just now of silence to honor all the animals, all the animal guides that have come to us, all those that have lived with us, all those have passed through their physical body anytime in our past, in our memory. All those animals, including the beautiful cats that have shown up at my house to bring me healing, to bring me love, to open my heart, to make me slow down, and all those that have been with me at key moments in my life. I'm so grateful for the animal spirit guides and for the dolphin realms that speak with me, for the jaguar guide and for Perseus and Shadia. Shadia being a beautiful dolphin I got to heal with and kiss and touch and hold, and who has passed from her physical body now and is now being an angelic, overriding presence in my life and in my work. I give great thanks to the spirit guides in the planet, in body, all of those from here through the celestials in any time and space. We are one, and we welcome and thank you for your job, for your wisdom, for your essence, and for being who you are, holding your medicine so that we may partake. And we send you our medicine of gratitude, love, and acceptance. And so it is. Thank you, thank you. Namaste, my loves. Have a beautiful and blessed day. And December it is. Excelente. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Brittany says you're on fire and those work. Look at you. I'm inspired. Thank you. I'm always having a transformation, but the one that's happening now is at such a deep and subtle level, but I'm aware of it and I'm dropping into it and I'm aware of it. It's a little bit like something deflating and you're sinking into something. So thank you, everybody. Namaste, my loves. Take care and have a beautiful day.